Welcome back to the course. Throughout this course, we have talked about a few fundamental things on design, such as wireframing and layout, and we've also spoken about typography. Now you understand these things, we need to move to the next, which is color theory. Now, what is color theory? Color theory is simply picking colors that go well with each other, so as to make your whole design harmonious and appealing to the eye. Now, colors have different moods and emotions, so you have to be careful on how to select these colors. Basically, we have two color wheels. We have the RGB color wheel and we have the CMYK color wheel. And if you say, what does that mean? RGB simply means red, green, and blue, while the CMYK means cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. K meaning black. Now, these color wheels are used for different things. The RGB, mostly you reference it when you're doing digital works, while the CMYK, you reference to it when you're doing print works, because most digital printers see things in CMYK. So you have to remember that at all times. So if I'm doing an artwork for a social media post, I have to make sure that all my colors are in RGB. But if I'm doing work for print and I know it's going to go out for print, I simply do it in CMYK. Now, yes, you could have started doing your work in RGB, but after you're done, you could still export it and convert it to CMYK, so that when you're printing, what you see on the screen is what comes out in paper, and it's not two different things entirely. So keep that in mind at all times when creating a work. Also, colors do help set the mood or tone of a place or an artwork. For example, if you use the color orange a lot, what you're trying to portray is excitement, energetic, fun, young, and all that. If you choose to go with blue, it's more of a cool vibe, calm, relaxed vibe. Every color signifies something, and every color is speaking. So you need to understand what each color means and what each color says. That way you will know which color to use for a particular thing. For example, if I'm talking about natural, organic, earthly things, I wouldn't be using colors like red or black or pink, because those colors don't speak that. Rather, what would I use? Green. Another key thing you need to know in color theory is saturation and value. Now, what is saturation? Saturation is simply the intensity of a particular color, while value, on the other hand, is the brightness or darkness of that particular color. With just one color, you could create multiple colors just by adjusting the saturation or the value of that color. Now that we understand this is an example of an image or an artwork that is highly saturated, which means the intensity of the colors are high. And this is also an example of an image where it has much more of a balance, where the saturation levels of the colors are just right enough such that each of these colors are complementing each other or working together in harmony. While value, on the other hand, you can see here is of high value where it is very, very dark, or this other one where it is simply lighter, where there is less and less brightness in that color. Another key thing you need to understand about colors is color harmony. You need to know which colors work best together and which don't. Now, in the color wheel, we have the analog colors, we have triadic colors, we have complementary colors, and so forth. All these have their own roles, and all of this you need to understand when and where to use them. For example, in the analog colors, you take colors that are close to each other, which are side by side, and you can use them to complement something. Another key thing you need to understand in color theory is color harmonies, which is simply how colors work together, or which colors work best together and which don't. This is important so that you use complementary colors or triadic colors or analog colors. There are websites out there which can help you create perfect color palettes, so you don't have to stress yourself thinking which colors work best together or which don't. A good example of a website I personally use is coolors.com, which is COOLORS. You could Google that. It's a platform where you could generate multiple color palettes and you could use it for several projects you're working on. And the best part is it's free. So don't forget to use that whenever you're working on your project, especially to help you guide you through color selection for your product. Now you understand more about color theory. Don't forget to use the materials or source links I mentioned earlier in this class. The whole idea is to make your work look much better and appealing to the eye, such that it draws your audience in and doesn't chase them out. It's important to understand colors, and you can never stop learning about them. So keep learning and keep practicing to understand more about colors. See you in the next class.